Neva, good morning. Thank you for joining our podcast. Could you please start with several words about your company? How did you come up with the idea, your role in the company, the year of foundation?
Of course. So thank you so much for having me. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Sensi AI. Sensi AI is a company that was built back in 2019, where it really came to give a clear answer for a true pain that we felt, both me and my co-founder. What brought us? So maybe two sentences about Sensi AI. So in Sensi AI, our mission is to enable seniors to age in their own home in a safe manner and with their dignity. We're doing it by leveraging audio and AI. And what brought us into this was that my co-founder, she had a baby girl going to a kindergarten, very recommended one. After a while, they sensed that something wasn't right. Eventually, it turns out to be an abuse by the care team in that kindergarten. I had a grandma with dementia that had 24/7 caregiver. We found blue marks on my grandma, and you can probably guess where it leads. In that point, we realized that there's a huge gap with the care that people are getting. When we dig even deeper and deeper into this, we realize that it's a global problem. The World Health Organization stated that this is going to be one of the biggest problems that humanity will have. That if you look at the segment of people that are 65 plus, age 65 plus, then this population is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there aren't enough people who willing or want to do the caregiver job. And we can always think about what will happen when robots will come into play and will be able to replace humans. But until then, we have Sensi. So Sensi is monitoring the senior. It will track every little change that the senior is having, if it's on the clinical side. So things that the Sensi will alert on could be early signs of UTI, urine infection, early signs of dementia, early signs of pneumonia. So a lot of different clinical aspects. Other than that, the system will trigger alerts when something will change in the care that senior is getting. So the caregiver did the care plan according to what he was supposed to do. Maybe he struggled in some of the actions, the daily activity that he was supposed to do. Maybe we need to change the care plan. We need to see if the senior is happy with the care that he's getting. So this is the second vertical. And the third one is around edge cases where it can be fall, call for help, emergency, ambulance, or something similar. So that's roughly about Sensi and how we started it.
Really, really very interesting and great idea. I read about it a lot. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing this information. What are the core technologies that power Sensi?
Yeah, of course. So in Sensi, we really focus on audio first and foremost. So we have pods that are similar to like Alexa, that they're spread around the house, and behind the scene there's an AI algorithm that they try to map every audio event that is being captured. You can think about crying and laughing and door slams and water running. Is it someone just washes his hand or someone is taking a shower? Bathroom visits, coughs. Is it a wet cough or a dry cough? And everything you can think of, like TV, people talking. So we'll use every data that we can, we'll use it to understand what's going on around the senior. So behind the scene, we're building a profile to try to understand what's going on around the senior. So a lot about audio classification, audio segmentation. And then when we want to, we also analyze the content of being said in the house, and then we use a lot of natural language processing to try to understand what's the context, what's the sentiment, how many people are in the house, and everything we can take in order to understand what's going on around the senior.
Okay.
Other than that, we obviously have an army of agents that are working with obviously different LLMs to try and to make our customers, the home care agencies that are using the system, to make their lives much, much better in terms of operational costs and hustle that agents can do today.
And okay, thank you. And who are your main customers today?
Yeah, so we're B2B2C. So our customers are home care agencies. They actually provide the physical care, the caregiver to the senior or the family. And we're helping them by providing a wider solution. If they provide a caregiver for, let's say, 4 hours a day, then Sensi will monitor the care that the senior is getting, but will always provide, in addition, it will provide 24/7 safety net for that senior.
And how do these people get the information about the people who they care about?
Yeah. So we have a mobile application where they can go and see all the alerts. They can even listen to the audio snippets, the trigger rule. And if there's an edge case like a fall or something radical, then they will get a high-level alert either through the phone call, SMS, email, and push notification.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. As you are able to detect and predict more than 100 type of care events, could you please tell me how accurate are these predictions and how do you validate them clinically?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, we generate today, I think, around 160 different events around the senior. And I think it really depends on, we try to look at each one of the group of events in a different way. Because think about it, like if you have a case of fall, then obviously we will prioritize recall over precision. We wouldn't want to lose any event of fall, even if it's not 100% a fall, and the algorithm will say it's 50-50. We don't want to take any risks that now there's a senior that is lying on the floor and no one is there to help him. So in this case, we will prioritize recall. I can say that our recall for fall detection is over 90%, which is really really impressive for that industry, and only from audio. This is something that we're really proud of. With other events that are more like, think about different cues that will tell us if there's a good match between the caregiver and the senior. So in those cases, we're more towards accuracy, and precision, and less recall. Okay, so it really depends, but I can tell you that the majority of our models operates in more than 90%.
Great result, really.
One of the things that, sorry, you want to ask something?
No, please continue.
So one of the things that I think that makes Sensi so special, especially today with all the LLMs and the agents out there, is that from the very beginning, we decided that we're gonna collect our data, the data ourselves. Meaning that from day one, we put audio recording devices in different homes and nursing homes, and all the data that the models were trained on is data that we collected. We brought gerontologists, doctors, age experts to sit on this data and to tag it. This is something that we're doing up until today. And we have over 2,000 years of data that we collected ourselves, and we tagged it, and all of our models were trained on this data that we collected. I think it was a really good decision, because back in the days, most of the tools out there, the AI tools out there, they didn't have a real data from seniors' home. because up until today, without Sensi, no technology was able to go into seniors' home. A lot of our seniors, they don't even have internet in their homes. So this is something that that was a very good decision that we took from the very beginning, and I'm really proud to say that today we have the biggest data set of aging in homes of seniors. I can tell all the big companies are chasing us to get their hands on this data set, but we're going to keep it to ourselves because this is one of the things that makes sense is so special, and the IP obviously of the company.
Yeah, I understand. And what could you tell about your competitors? Who are they? And do you have?
Yeah, there's a lot of great solutions around fall detection, and there's a lot of people that do extraordinary things like Wi-Fi sensing motion and radars that can track people through walls, and really great technologies out there. It's kind of hard for me to compare Sensi to that, because in Sensi we provide an holistic view on the seniors. And while all the other solutions are focusing mainly in fall detection of vital signs and these kind of things. So it's kind of hard to compare exactly the value proposition, but there are great products out there.
Okay, thank you. In which geographic markets are you active, and do you have plans to expand? Do you face any regulatory privacy challenges when installing audio monitoring devices in homes?
Yeah. So right now we're really focusing on the North American market, meaning the US and Canada. We operate only there. Since we're an Israeli company, then we are giving away like Sensi for free for all the employees and investors and everyone who's involved with the company. But we don't make money there. It's only like to be able to give them also to enjoy this amazing technology. So we operate today only in Canada and the United States. We're under the HIPAA compliance regulation. Because there's like the slightest chance that medical data will be captured, then we're treating all of the data like it was PHI, which is like HIPAA compliance regulated data. The Canadian has the same, something very, very similar. So obviously we have to keep the maximum standards with the best practices of this regulation.
Got it. Do you have an opportunity to integrate Sensi data and insights with existing care management systems used by agencies? Do you think in this direction?
That's a great question, actually. There are a few players that has an open API that we're able to do some integration with the data. Unfortunately, this industry is still a bit behind with integrations and with capabilities. We're trying to make the most out of it, but their APIs are very limited and they're not built for scale. So this is something that I really hope will change in the industry soon.
Got it.
Obviously, everyone will win from that, right? The agencies that are using those softwares will be able to enjoy this data. So it's a win-win situation if only the infrastructure is in place.
Yeah, agree 100%. How do you ensure privacy and data security, especially given the continuous audio monitoring in people's home?
Of course. So first of all, we don't try to market Sensi or even treat Sensi as like a big brother or something you put there to listen to people. It's really important to understand that Sensi, everything was trained and aimed only on care-related events. So if the system will pick up something like a credit card or anything like that, it will delete it straight away. It doesn't even leave the house. Everything on the device has been deleted. We don't want to keep data that is private. Now, obviously, we have attorneys that are specialized with privacy and with these kind of things. So we provide all the tools, all the agreements. We're having everyone signing, the caregivers, the senior, the family, signing that they are aware that there's a system there that reports. We don't want to position Sensi as like a bugging device or something similar.
Got it. What are the technical challenges you face as you scale?
Yeah, of course. So obviously with this reality where every week we have like different tools that are coming out, and the speed of how LLMs are getting improved, and agents and workflows, automation tools. It's you always want to be in the front, but also it's really hard to keep track of everything that is going on today. I think that we can see that a lot of the companies that are being built today, they're being built in an AI native approach, where you have a small amount of programmers. They're using all the cutting edge AI tools, if it's for code generation, if it's for pull requests, if it's for product definitions. So I think that for us, a company that wasn't built like that, we were founded before all the LLMs came out. It's hard to do this shift. First of all, because you have like a system in production, very heavy one, and you want to keep delivering more and more and more features, but then you want to introduce more like new technology and try it. So I think that this is a shift that the company is struggling with. I don't think we're special. I think a lot of companies are struggling now to understand what are the right tools. I think that the adoption rate among employees and programmers, it's getting better, but they're still used to work how they worked for the last 20 years. So I think it's a lot about changing management and to be able to choose the right tools to be able to run faster. Because if you don't run faster, then someone else will.
Yeah, yeah, it's a rule. Yeah, I agree. And speaking about the features, if it is not a secret, what core features are on your roadmap? If it's not a secret.
No problem. So Sense introduced this year two more. I wouldn't call them features. I would call them products. So one of them is a growth agent. So it's an agent, an AI voice agent. It's a family of agents actually, but the purpose of it is to bring new business to our customers, to the home care agencies. We're doing it by following up their leads that they're getting from marketing efforts. So we have this amazing agent to do the phone calls. This agent is always happy. She has all the knowledge in the world. She knows to call again in the right time. If someone will pick up and say, "Oh, can you call me in 5 minutes or call me next week?" She'll remember to do that. And she's working with SMSs and emails and everything together in one context. So it's really beautiful to see it. I think she broke all the records of conversion leads, internet conversion leads. So that's really impressive. And the majority of people don't even recognize it's an AI. Obviously, we disclose eventually, but the majority doesn't even know it's an AI. So today, there's like a really good infrastructure for these kind of things, and it's getting better and better. So it's really impressive to see it. The goal of it is obviously to bring new business to the agencies, so they will have more and more seniors, and to help them grow their business. The other product that we introduced is it's kind of what you touched earlier around the existing softwares that they have today in order to run their business. So obviously there's a lot of room for improvements. Agents can do a lot of the daily normal tasks that they're doing every day, and think about when a caregiver is calling and say, "Oh, I can't make it to the shift today." Right? So think about the hustle that you have around it. So you'll have to hang up the call, and then you'll have to go and scan all the available caregivers, and then you have to look at their different skills that they have, and you need to match all of that caregivers to see like what set of caregivers are a good match for that senior in terms of their skills and also geographically area. And then you have to try each one of those caregivers to see if they are available, and then you have to notice to tell the family about it, and then you have to go to the software and update everything. And it's a huge hustle that agents can do very, very easily and very, very efficiently. So this is just one example of many things that we're automating at the moment, just to have the home care agencies focus on their business and not with all the operational tasks that they have on the day-to-day.
Thank you. Great. And speaking about, do you measure somehow the ROI for care agencies that use Sensi? In terms of, I don't know, maybe reduced hospitalizations, staff efficiency, client retention, or any other KPIs?
Yeah, of course. So I think it was a tricky question. I think for years we tried to put a number to tell them like how the value of Sensi, how they can see the true value of Sensi, and for home care agencies owners that's really important to give a better care, then it's easy for them. They'll say, okay, I don't need to see numbers. I can see the system. I can see the value. I totally see how I can provide better service, how I can give this value to our caregivers and train them and give them tools because I know what's going on inside the house. And there were others that kind of fail to see because they want to see, the bottom line, what's the dollars. And for years we tried to tackle it. And I think that 2 years ago, I think we managed to do it by just taking all the data of the home care agency. We were running enough time with the home care agency to have a lot of seniors that have Sensi and a lot of seniors that don't have Sensi. So we just took all this data and we managed to prove that seniors that have Sensi in their homes are staying with the agency 8 months more than seniors who don't have Sensi. And that's huge. I mean, think about each hospitalization that we're helping to prevent cost the agency $6,000, right? Because if the senior is in hospital, he's not getting any service from the home care agency.
Yeah, I understand.
Him to go back home, and so today it's really easy for us to show them like the value, and even if it's in a good service that they provide, even if it's the bottom dollar that they're seeing.
Great and pretty clear result.
Yeah.
Clear for your clients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really great. What are the biggest risks or bottlenecks you foresee at a scale?
I think that today, even the home care agencies, I think everyone understands that this is a huge market and there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of disruption you can bring into this industry. I think that because today software became a bit cheap, where everyone can build something lovable or build a product really quick, I think that the home care agency owners or customers are they have a technological and products fatigue. There are so many people are like, okay, we have this software and I have this software and we have this software. But it's not enough just to build software. You need to make the software right. You need to make the software scale. You need to make the software it's not just something you can just build in lovable and provide today. And I think that draws a lot of attention from our customers. So that's one thing that we see that is very clear in the industry, that they just get a lot of people talking to them about different solutions. But Sensi is trying to be the one-stop shop for all the services that the home care agency needs.
Got it. Thank you. You have created a really great product, but maybe you could define any success story, what makes you the most proud.
Wow, there's so many because we're operating in a huge scale. We have this thing where once a week we're sending like win of the week, where about one thing that happened this week. And it became so challenging because you now have like hundreds of such an amazing success stories. But I can provide a few. So we had 5 different cases where the system noticed that there was a decline in the physical condition of the senior, and the system can't really tell more than that, but it did say take him to a doctor. In 5 different cases, they found out it's a cancer. We had two months ago, we had a caregiver arriving home. The lady, the senior, she has a dementia, and the caregiver told the lady there, listen, I think there's a smell of gas. And the senior said, no, it's nothing. But the system picked it up and alerted at the same second to the agency. The agency didn't want to take any risks. They called someone and discovered there was a leak of gas. Yeah, so that was something. We had a case where this lovely senior she stopped talking. She just stopped talking, and no one realized why she stopped talking. And the system also tracks the amount of communication they have between the caregiver and the senior. And we noticed in this place that the level of communication was 0. So the caregiver would come home, they didn't say anything, they just grabbed the senior, they took her to the shower, and then the system triggered like an insight that there needs to be more communication with the senior. So they trained the caregiver, and the caregiver used to come and say, "Oh, good morning, and said her name, and I'm going to take you now to the shower." And after a few days, the senior, she started talking again. After the caregiver got the training. So
sorry, a really interesting moment. So we have the situation when AI is taking a look after the caregiver.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also good for the caregivers. I think everyone is enjoying it because the caregiver doesn't always have the tools and the knowledge on how to treat the seniors and how to give them a good care. It's not that they're bad guys. They're amazing, but they don't always aware of everything. And when you provide this visibility for the home care agencies, where they have like care experts and registered nurse, so they can get this data and they can provide the right training. Today's Senses system is also providing an automatic training. So we have these cases where seniors with dementia, we can detect when things aren't going so well, and the system will trigger a short video for the caregiver so he can see and will know how to improve the care that he's giving.
Got it. Neva, how do you see Sense AI evolving in next 3-5 years?
Yeah, I definitely see us spreading around all the home care agencies, being the standard of care, providing all seniors the possibility to age at home, to provide all the tools for the home care agency to focus on the seniors and not on the day-to-day tasks, operational tasks. I think there's so much to offer with technologies and agents today that it's only natural that it will be there.
Now, you created really great product. I would be happy to see the expand into the market. Thank you very much for joining the podcast and sharing your insights and ideas. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.